Hi, everyone. I'm Merrill, Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and welcome to Old School All-22. I'm joined by my friend and color analyst, Mike Quick. And Mike, we're going to look at the Eagles and the New Orleans Saints in a playoff game that is absolutely unforgettable. And so many big plays in that game. I remember it began with a long touchdown pass from Jeff Garcia to Dante Stallworth. And then the play that we're talking about involved Sheldon Brown and one of the greatest hits in Eagles history.
That's right, Merrill. This is one of the biggest hits in Eagles history. Let's take a look at that play on tape. Drew Brees and the Saints love to utilize running backs out of the backfield with swing passes in the flats, whether they came in the form of screen plays or if they were packaged with vertical routes. Getting playmakers like rookie sensation Reggie Bush in open field with the ball in his hands was a big part of the New Orleans offense. Jim Johnson and the Eagles defense knew that. So on this play, they played cover two with two high safeties, two cloud corners in the flat. Look at Sheldon Brown, who, as a flat player, can keep his eyes on the quarterback and read in front of him. He sees the swing pass a mile away and fires like a missile into Bush, resulting in one of the most explosive moments in his career.
Mike, there were so many big hits in Eagles history.
Yep.
Perhaps the most famous hit in Eagles history was Chuck Bednarik leveling Frank Gifford, the one that we have seen so many times over and over again that put Gifford out of football for a year and a half. But then there were others like Dawkins against Michael Vick and other great hits.
Well,
where does this one rank?
The Dawkins hit on Vick, the Dawkins hit on Algie Crumpler, their tight end.
Oh,
they were huge hits. But go back even to Jaworski and Hartenstein when he put Jaworski out of the game. There are so many hits in the history of the Philadelphia Eagles, but I will rank the one, Sheldon Brown, the one that we're watching, I would rank that number one or two. I know the one with Bednarik because we've seen it, because the impact that it had on the game. Many people are going to say that's number one, but it has to be 1 and 1A.
Believe it or not, I think of that game, and I think of an injury they had right before halftime, and that was to Shawn Andrews. And he was a big part of that offensive line.
Yeah.
In the second half, they could not give Garcia the protection that he needed.
You know what's funny? When I think about that game, I think about when we went down to New Orleans, and it was right after Hurricane Katrina, and going around and looking at all the devastation, and then getting to the stadium and seeing how supportive all of the fans were and how everyone was behind that team. I thought it was going to be nearly impossible for the Eagles to win down in New Orleans that day.
You call it supportive. I remember the Eagles buses pulling into the stadium and all the Saints fans making some motions and signals that were anything but complimentary. And it was a hostile atmosphere.
Yeah, but I'm speaking to the way they got behind their team and the way they were supportive of their team after the tragedy down in New Orleans.